I was just thinking that bands are often identified by a single, lone, distinctive lead singer, like Robert Plant with Led Zeppelin, John Anderson with Yes, Rod Stewart, The Doors with Morrison, Alice Cooper, Black Sabbath, The Go-Go's, Steppenwolf, Jethro Tull, Bad Company and Free had Paul Rogers. Some of the other members may have sang harmony occasionally, but they're known for having one lead singer. I like bands with 2 and 3 singers too, because it gives some diversity, and it's nice for if you can't even tell it's the same band at first as the different singers have their turns. Bands like that, it kind of broadens their scope. I'm surprised how many multi-singer bands there are. I thought of course, the Beatles, Badfinger, the Beach Boys, Jefferson Airplane. They had both male and female, and Heart had some females. Blind Faith, Cream, The Who, Mamas and Papas, there was male and female again. Glass Harp, all 3 members sang. And Early Traffic, when they had Dave Mason. The Hollies, Graham Nash and Tony Clark. Grand Funk, The Cars, Buffalo Springfield had 3. In fact, the drummer sang one of Still's songs. I like when someone who didn't write the song sings it, like when Richie Fury would sing a Neil Young song. I wish Paul had sang some George Harrison songs and George had sang some Lennon songs, just to split it up. Makes it interesting to me. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, of course, 4 singers right there, big time. The Kinks, Dave Davies did quite a few vocals. Pink Floyd had Gilmore and Waters, both sang a lot. Bangles, America, the Traveling Wilburys, they had 5. And then the band, they had several lead singers, at least 3. Three Dog Night, Chicago, 10cc. Steely Dan's had a bunch of various singers besides Donald Fagen. Eagles, Bee Gees, Moody Blues, Doobie Brothers, Squeeze, Poco, Almonds, and The Dead, and Stones. Keith does sing some backup and some leads, and of course the Monkees. So it's more about the song, but the delivery can, by a different vocalist, gives the band a whole bigger perspective. And it's like hearing things with a different set of ears or an extra set of tonsils. Anyway, if you need good harmonies, Chris Squire could do it with Yes. And Townsend does it with The Who, as well as sing a few leads. So if you have multiple singers in your band, maybe you could get them all to try a lead vocal here and there and mix it up. Keeps it interesting. All right, Clapton, Beck, and Page have been on my mind today. This will probably be part 1 of several, because there's so much to go over with these guys. All roads sprang from the Yardbirds. The Yardbirds' Greatest Hits was one of the first albums I ever got as a kid, and it contained guitar pieces by all 3 of those guys, including Happenings 10 Years Time Ago, with both Beck and Page on it. And I saw them perform that in a video clip anyway on the Milton Berle show in 1966 when it was new. And it happened to also be the first song I ever recorded off the radio when I got my very first 3-inch reel-to-reel recorder. And I think it's one of the 5 best songs of the 60s, in that it invented psychedelic rock. And it was a big hit where I lived. I found since it wasn't really that high on the charts, but it got a ton of airplay in Northeast Ohio, because Cleveland is a center of rock, and they knew what was good. I had a Clapton, Beck, and Page blue-covered double LP that Jimmy Page owns the name Yardbirds, and he pulled it after a while, although I have a photo of him proudly holding it with the open cover. But I loved that album. It had the obscurities on it. I had the greatest hits, and I didn't have Roger the Engineer or the 5 Live Yardbirds. But here was all this stuff and some more obscurities, including acoustic things like Only the Black Rose and White Summer. So I'm just puzzled why he pulled it, but it was on Epic Records. If you can find it on eBay, get it. It's got Jeff's Boogie and a whole lot of obscurities, and every one of them's good. And so I'll go to part 2 eventually and expand on their each brilliant careers.